Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
We begin the night with a deadly discovery at Macomb Community College. The body of a missing man found inside a vent. It tops Local 4 News today at 5. I'm Devin Skillion.
Good evening. I'm Karen Drew in for Kimberly Gill this evening. The remains were found after complaints about a foul smell inside the Macomb Center for the Performing Arts at Hall Road and Garfield over in Clinton Township. Sean Lade joins us live. And Sean, is there any indication from police about what happened here?
They say right now, no indication at all of foul play. That doesn't answer the question what this 35-year-old man, how he ended up in a heating and air vent in a Macomb County Community College campus building. Part of the mystery was solved today when, late today, police identified the man. Late today, authorities in Macomb County putting a name with this tragedy and horrific discovery. The person found dead within a vent inside Macomb County College's Performing Arts Center is a 36-year-old man, a Clinton Township resident named Jason Anthony Thompson. He was originally reported missing to the Sterling Heights Police Department November 1st. He was last seen by family on October 25th. But Sunday, it was a foul odor coming from the Performing Arts Center that brought campus police to the building. Officers checking every corner of that building, including the vents to the heating and air system, and that's when they discovered the body of Jason Thomas. How and why he got into the heating and air vent remains unclear. And the investigation continues again. Campus police, they're saying foul play not indicated at this point, but they still are investigating. Guys, that odor may have been so strong they may have noticed instantly when they walked in the building and called there that had to look everywhere for what may have been inside. Back to you.
What a mystery. All right. Thank you, Sean.
All right, now to a big update to a story we've been following. Dale Warner, the man accused of killing his wife, Dee Warner, had his bond reduced by a judge, though not by much.
Yes, his bond is now set at $15 million. That's $5 million less than the initial $20 million a judge set at his arraignment last week. Dee Warner went missing from her home. It was back in April of 2021. She was never seen or heard from again.
Day 4 of emotional reunions between freed hostages and their families. The White House confirming today that Israel and Hamas have agreed to extend the temporary truce in Gaza for an additional 48 hours. Back here, the FBI and ATF continuing to investigate the shooting of 3 college students of Palestinian descent in Burlington, Vermont. Fresh hope today in the powerful mix of emotions as families are reunited with Hamas-held hostages for a 4th day. The White House now confirming Israel and Hamas have agreed to a 2-day extension of their temporary truce to exchange another 20 women and children Hamas kidnapped for 60 Israeli-held Palestinian prisoners.
We would, of course, hope to see the pause extended further, and that will depend upon Hamas continuing to release hostages.
Israeli-American Galia Mizrahi's cousins, aged 9, 11, and 17, and their mother were among the hostages released this weekend. The family honored today at a prayer service in Los Angeles. But like so many, their relief is tinged with tragedy. The children's father and their older sister were killed in the Hamas massacre of October 7th.
There's going to be an avalanche and a domino effect of things they're going to have to go through, and we'll be there to support them.
4-year-old Abigail Adan lost both of her parents in the terror attack. She's now the first American hostage freed and now back with her extended family. President Biden promising to keep pressing for the estimated 8 or 9 remaining American hostages while pushing for still more humanitarian aid into Gaza. Here at home, the FBI and ATF are investigating the shooting of 3 college students of Palestinian descent in Burlington, Vermont as a possible hate crime. They all survived, but this mother says her son may not walk again.
Feels like there's nowhere safe to be Palestinian any longer. I'm in agony.
U.S. has seen incidents of both Islamophobia and anti-Semitism surge since the start of the Israel-Hamas war. In this afternoon's briefing, White House officials said that while they are waiting for more facts about those 3 young men who were shot, there is no place for hate in America. Separately, they spoke about the need for Congress to approve aid for both Israel and Ukraine.
The countdown is officially on. We're 150 days away from the NFL draft being held right here in downtown Detroit. Today, officials held a big event, revealed some new details of what they believe could be the biggest event in the city since the Super Bowl. Will Jones is live on this story for us tonight. Will, it's going to be right in the heart of downtown, and this is going to mean a lot to Detroiters.
Definitely will. And Karen, unlike recent NFL draft hosts, the actions around town won't be so spread out. Campus Martius and Hart Plaza will play a big part in a lot of the activity with the draft experience. But if you can't not make it downtown, there will be some engagement out in the neighborhoods.
We've been preparing for a year and a half, and Detroit will be ready.
In 150 days, the city of Detroit will be under the national spotlight for the NFL draft.
People who have only read about Detroit in the national newspapers will get a chance to see the beauty for themselves.
City and county officials, along with community stakeholders, gathering at Ford Field this morning, previewing what's in store for the draft, particularly for Metro Detroiters, including activities such as youth football clinics.
We are going to make sure our own community is a part of this draft.
With hundreds of thousands of people expected in the city, Detroit businesses are looking to cash in. The owner of the Kitchen by Cooking with Q is bidding to participate in some draft-related events.
The goal is for me to just be around town, where if there's something going on, we'll be a part of the action.
Detroit Police and Fire say they will be prepared to handle the crowds.
You name it, we've been able to deliver on some very successful events, and we're pulling all of that in, the deployment strategies, the officers that you will see, and a significant number of officers that you will not see.
We're going to do a little fine tuning in the next couple months, so we'll be 100% prepped and ready to go.
This has been the reminder of how far the draft is away. The NFL draft is set for April 25th through April 27th, and we'll get a closer look at all the activities planned as we get closer to that date. So, Karen, a lot of excitement for this draft. We are live downtown. Will Jones, Local 4.
And well, I know we've been reporting obviously on some of those changes that Detroit has been going under in terms of preparing for the draft, and that's by design.
Yeah, Karen, there has been a lot of changes downtown. We're talking new hotels, new restaurants, and a lot of other infrastructure improvements, and they want to put the city's best foot forward. And I can say, just seeing all this activity down here, the city is looking great already, Karen.
It sure is. All right, Will Jones, live downtown.
Let's see what the Lions do with that last pick in the first round. Deep cut there, I know. All right, now on to Indy for the Wolverines after that unreal win over Ohio State at the Big House. Wolverines shifting focus now to the Big Ten championship matchup Saturday night against Iowa. Wolverines, though, have now won 3 straight against the Buckeyes. Yeah.
Bernie is here now. Jim Harbaugh was talking this afternoon, giving lots of praise to his staff.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Wasn't there, except during the week he was. It got the game plan together. But Harbaugh's back. 3-game suspensions come to an end. He'll be on the sidelines Saturday night when Michigan faces Iowa. Big Ten title game, 8 o'clock start. Wolverines favored by 23. Today, Harbaugh talked about having Sharon Moore as his replacement for the 3 games he missed.
Players trust him. I knew when it came into the situations, that he was the guy to empower to make those calls when the chips are on the line. Because I knew he would trust the guys.
Man, I got full trust in them, so we're all good. So just trust the plan, trust the process. We tell the players the same thing, so as coaches, we got to do the same thing too.
That's Sharon Moore. Don't be surprised if he gets a head coaching job somewhere, you would think. Kickoff again after 8 o'clock. Michigan favored by 23 because, frankly, Iowa can't score. They were 10-2 in the regular season, which means their defense is pretty good.
Yeah, it is. But it's kind of hard to see Michigan not advancing and winning the championship. And then here we go again in the national championship picture, right?
Yep. We'll find out tomorrow night the seedings of the top teams, and we'll go into that this way. Yeah, it's great, though. What a great weekend Ohio State's done. Yeah. Ryan Day's looking for a job. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Not looking for a job.
Stir in the pot.
Rough. All right, Bernie. More coming up from Bernie a little bit later on. Let's move now to the weather, though. We had our first really slick commute of the season this morning. Video from I-75. This was late this morning. You can see the roads were mainly wet. Slick enough, though, for folks to slow down, but it didn't look that way for long.
No. Now take a look at Exact Track 4D radar. You can see the snow falling all across the region.
Yeah. Snow arrived yesterday in some areas as promised.
Yeah, it was kind of nice, right?
In terms
of how pretty it was. Let's get over to Kim Adams this evening to see how things are shaping up tonight.
Well, it's a little nicer on a Sunday afternoon than it is on a Monday evening commute. Unfortunately, we do have some bands coming through that are reducing visibility, and our temperature is now below freezing. So we do have to worry about a little bit of ice, especially on bridges and overpasses. So keep that in mind if you're headed out tonight. 25 right now in Pontiac. 27 at Metro, also in Monroe and Grosse Ile, 29 downtown. Doesn't feel like it's in the 20s, though. Our current wind chills are in the teens pretty much everywhere you go. 13 in Lapeer, Pontiac, Howell, Ann Arbor, all checking in at 13 degrees. 19 downtown and 15 degrees is the current wind chill in Monroe. Tomorrow will be the coldest day of the week. We start out at 20 with wind chills in the single digits, and then we do make it to 29 degrees, but it will feel like it is in the teens throughout the entire day. Take a look at this wild ride of temperatures that we have in store for us over the next week. We're up, we're down, we're back up again. We'll shake it all out for you coming up in the forecast.